On the track for race one, exacted trifecta daily double wagering. One is Mr. Cosmos, owned by Donald Code with Jeff Neisanger. Two is Shadow Score, owned by Barbara Hughes and James Deagle with Don Feaster. Three is Her Honor by Dorothy Gear, the driver Jim Daly. Four is Rose Run Acacia, owned by William Conrad with Brad Hanners. Five is Dean's Bassino, owned by Ted Gregory with Jack Daly up. Six is Solemn Promise, owned by Robert Lewis Sr. with Jeff out. Seven is She's That Kind of Girl, owned by Mark Cardinal with Bill Walters. Eight, Why Not Ashley, owned by Wyandotte Golf Course with Joe Adamski. Nine is Alfred Skurler's Dinah's Legacy, and Tom Brinkerhoff. In the 10 is JL Invader, owned by Newhart and Hensler. The driver is Greg Grismore. Post time for the first in 5 minutes. There's just 5 minutes until post time. The gate and approaching the start. And they're off. Rose Run Acacia goes out and takes the lead. Outside, She's That Kind of Girl. Solemn Promise splits horses. Shadow Score comes away in fourth. Gap of three back, Mr. Cosmos fifth. To the inside of Why Not Ashley, who trots up sixth. Another two back to JL Invader, followed by Her Honor looks to take a tuck. And then it's Dean's Bassino, and the early trailer is Dinah's Legacy. As they move to the head of the stretch, Jeff Out takes over the lead with Solemn Promise. Rose Run Acacia back to second. Shadow Score is third. She's That Kind of Girl found a seat in fourth. Opening quarter in 29 seconds flat as they trot in front of the grandstand, being led by Solemn Promise. Solemn Promise up top by a length and three parts from Rose Run Acacia, who's drafting along in second. Shadow Score a prominent third. Length and a half back, She's That Kind of Girl is racing in fourth. Then a three-length separation to Mr. Cosmos in fifth position. Next in line we have Why Not Ashley, JL Invader. Dinah's Legacy is working her way up, looking for cover, and then we come down to the inside, and that is Her Honor. In the trailer now is Dean's Bassino. They reach the half in 59-4. Off the turn and down the backside they go. Solemn Promise leads by a tight length and a quarter. Rose Run Acacia, and there goes Don Feaster and Shadow Score first up and gaining ground on the outside from third now into second. 2.5 lengths farther back, She's That Kind of Girl is racing in fourth. A widening 5-length gap to Mr. Cosmos, who's being called on to keep up. Why Not Ashley between horses. Dinah's Legacy continues to grind it out, now 3 wide. 2.5 back to Her Honor. JL Invader is not doing enough, and Dean's Bassino is last in 1:29-4. Moving around to head stretch, and Shadow Score takes over command and opens up 3 on Solemn Promise. Brad Hanners takes Rose Run Acacia, the outside third, but she's got a lot of work to do, as does She's That Kind of Girl, who's trotting up on the far outside fourth. They're in the stretch. And this is Shadow Score up top by 4 lengths. She's That Kind of Girl is closing in. Solemn Promise trying to fight back along the rail, but it's all Shadow Score winning it by open lengths at the line. Finishing second, Solemn Promise. She's That Kind of Girl third in 2 minutes flat. Back to the winner's circle is Shadow Score. Shadow Score, first victory in 2 attempts on the season, is a 4-year-old bay stallion by final score out of Shadow Roll by Coleman Lobel, owned by Barbara Hughes and James Deagle of Ohio and Florida. Michael Hughes is the winning trainer. Don Feaster is the winning driver. 2 minutes flat for Shadow Score. 2.6 on the exacta comes back. $15.80, and in the try, 267 4440. We are for the second race. One is Tough Style, owned by Andrew Franklin. Brad Hanners up. The 2 is Elegantly Noble, owned by Tracy Miller with Greg Grismore. 3 is TM's Rockin' Robin, owned by Frenchie Fuller with Tony Fuller. Josie Sharp is number 4. She's owned by Terrell and Clark Trentharps. 5 is Sammy's Bright Star, owned by Jim Duckworth, Sean Mayhew. The 6 is Jurassic Jogger, owned by Stephen Rosenbaum with Jeff Neisanger. 7 is Incredible Genie, Mark Clark, the owner, Bob Harper up. 8 is Pipe Creek Pumpkin, owned by Timothy Lee with Dan Noble. 9 is Fox Valley Lioness, owned by Pollock and Byrne, Kane Kaufman. And the 10 is Debonair, owned by John Perrin and driven by Jeff Out. Post time at 6 minutes. Field moving through the backstretch and approaching the start. And they're off. Jurassic Jogger showing speed. She'll be joined by Pipe Creek Pumpkin from the outside. Nearest the pylons, Tup Style comes away in third. Josie Sharp just outside of her fourth. A length and a half farther back, Debonair is now racing in fifth. TM's Rockin' Robin drops into a hole sixth, followed by Incredible Genie. And then we have Sammy's Bright Star in the early trailer is Fox Valley Lioness moving ahead stretch for the first time. And Jurassic Jogger, unable to settle down in the pocket, comes right out to overtake Pipe Creek Pumpkin for the lead. Opening quarter, 28-2, passing the stands for the first time. And it's an anxious Jurassic Jogger who's in command as they come under the wire. Racing in second is Pipe Creek Pumpkin, a gap of 2 to Tup Style in third. Josie Sharp skims the pylons fourth. Debonair rides the center line in fifth. TM's Rockin' Robin along the inside sixth. Incredible Genie now flushes out Debonair. Next in line we have Sammy's Bright Star. In the trailer remains Fox Valley Lioness. Over to the half-mile pole, it's Jurassic Jogger calling the shots in here. Leads the way in 59-3. Off the turn down the backstretch. Jurassic Jogger leads a half a length, but Debonair is rapidly gaining ground, now moving into second, just a neck off the leader. 2.5 back to Pipe Creek Pumpkin racing in third. A length and a half, Incredible Genie is struggling to catch the cover. 3 off the lead and fading fourth. Along the inside of her, Tup Style is fifth. Outside in sixth is Sammy's Bright Star, who is forced to go 3 wide to get into it. Josie Sharp has nowhere to go. TM's Rockin' Robin is next, and Fox Valley Lioness has trailed throughout. 3 quarters, 128-4. Moving around to head stretch, and Jurassic Jogger puts it in another gear and puts Debonair back into the pocket 2 lengths farther back. Another 2 in behind her to Pipe Creek Pumpkin. Tup Style is gapped in fourth as they turn down the stretch. And this is Jurassic Jogger drawing away in the final 16th, now leading by 4. Debonair could not go with her. Pipe Creek Pumpkin is third. It's all Jurassic Jogger pacing strong to the line, a 6-length winner. Debonair second, Pipe Creek Pumpkin third in 158-1. 6:10 exacta returns $13.80. The trifecta 6:10 8.74 even. The daily double 2 and 2, $3.40 on the conso. 2 and 6, $8.20. Back to the winner's circle is 6 Jurassic Jogger, her 4th victory on the season. She does it in a lifetime best 158-1 for Steven Rosenbaum, her trainer of Troy, Ohio, driver Jeff Nysonger. Jurassic Jogger is a 4-year-old daughter of Tudor Scooter out of Boardwalk Jogger by chairman of the board. Here they are for race 3. Number 1 is Shad Valley, owned by Darrell Lambert with Bill Long Jr. 2, Little Moondoggy, owned by Nancy Buckley with Kyle Ader. The 3 is Western Kin, owned by Mayhew and Tabman. Sean Mayhew is aboard. 4, Arizona John, owned by Jan McPherson with Dan Noble. The 5 horse is Ease Scootin, owned by Schultz, King, and King Jeff Nysonger. 6 is Zach Mack, owned by Earl Zerfus Jr. with Jeff out. 7 is Talented Sam, 5 Carat Stable, the owners, Ryan Holton aboard. 8 is Arnold's Coming, owned by James Aricello with Jack Daly. 9 is Ellie Tinsel, Paul Shoebones, Bob Harper drives. And off the second tier, number 10, Giz Can Do, owned by Craig Langston with Kane Kaufman. Post time in just 5 minutes, post time in 5. There they go. And they're off. Western Kin, Ease Scootin nearest the pylons. Lil Moon Doggy, Arnold's coming from the outside. Arizona John comes away in 5th. They're all in early contention. In 6th position, that is Shad Valley. Ellie Tinsel driving up just outside of him. Then it's Giz Can Do, who's 2 clear of Zach Mack. And the trailer is Talented Sam. Moving around to head stretch for the first time, Ease Scootin on the inside. Arnold's Coming, looks to drive on and take over command. Little Moondoggy racing in the pocket third, 2 back to Western Kin in 4th, and the opening quarter goes in a hotly contested 27-4, passing the stands for the first time. And Arnold's Coming, working hard, but clears the top as they come under the wire for the first time. He's cleared 2 lengths from Ease Scootin back to second, and Ease Scootin comes right back out of the pocket to retake as they approach the clubhouse turn. Lil Moondoggy is racing in 3rd. 3 back Western Kin is in 4th position. Arizona John is parked outside 5th. Shad Valley gapped at the rail in 6th. Moving up Zach Mack with cover in 7th. Giz Can Do trapped in 8th. And then it's Ellie Tinsel, and Talented Sam is the trailer off a half in a solid 57-1. Racing down the backstretch. It's Ease Scootin back on top, and Arnold's Coming comes right back out on him. Lil Moondoggy quickly closes up the gap in third, and Arizona John finds cover, 2 off the lead in fourth. Western Kin tries to slide up the pylons with nowhere to go in fifth. Jammed up between horses Zach Mack. Coming on 3 wide is Ellie Tinsel. Then it's Shad Valley Giz Can Do, also 3 deep into the turn. Talented Sam, 128 and 2. Backfield is bunched up as they move to head stretch, and Ease Scootin' comes under the whip, leads by a length and a half. With Little Moondoggy in the pocket second, 3 back Arizona John is third. Arnold's coming, dropped out of it, and Ellie Tinsel has about 7 to make up as they turn down the stretch. Ease Scootin' all out to hold the lead. Little Moondoggy coming to him on the outside. Arizona John and Ellie Tinsel is fourth, but it's Little Moondoggy taking over the lead in deep stretch and drawing away. Ease Scootin' to go second, Ellie Tinsel third. It was tight for fourth money, either Arizona John or Zach Mack, 159. 596, 2003, 3280. Back in the winner's circle is Little Moondoggy. First victory for this 3-year-old bay gelded Santa Beach towel out of Linwood, Hannah by Cam Fella. Owned and trained by Nancy Buckley. The winning driver is Kyle Ader. 159 for Little Moondoggy in the winner's circle. I've been made the trophy presentation. Everyone with Fourth Channel Incorporated joining us tonight. Welcome to Scioto Downs. Good luck. Here they are for race 4. Number 1 is Dance Productions, under lease to E.G. Trod Limited Liability Corp. Ed Greeno Jr. The 2 is Bexley, owned by Smith, Kesey and Cunningham. Jim Daly up. 3 is He's Nifty, owned by Darby's Edge Stable, and Oop doing trotting Elliot Eaton aboard. 4 is out. The 5 is Wild Louie, under lease to Russell Britton with Joe Adamski. 6 is Rose Run Annette, owned by Douglas Macy. Bob Harper drives. 7 is Accorday, owned by Karma Hodson. Ralph Lunsford up. Spirited Sacra is the 8, owned by Marty Lavelle with Greg Grismore. 9 is Wildwood Inquirer, Richard Elwood owns. Brad Hanners is up, and the 10 is Don't Stand Too Close, owned by Willard and Hagier with Jeff Fout. Post time for race 4 in just 6 minutes. Trotting Field is approaching the start. And they're off. A pair of breakers. 6 Rose Run Annette is off stride. 7 Accorday is off stride. Wild Louie takes command. Dance Productions just in behind. Spirited Sacra left well from the outside, now racing in third. Gap of 3, Bexley is fourth. Just in back of that one, we have Wildwood Inquirer, followed by Don't Stand Too Close. He's Nifty, made a break entering the turn, followed next by Accorday, who recovers just inside of that, and the distant trailer after the early miscue, Rose Run Annette. They trot to the opening quarter station. It's Joe Adamski on the point with Wild Louie in 30 and 1. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Wild Louie by a length and a quarter. Dance Productions tracks him from second. Gap of 3 lengths farther back to Spirited Sacra in third. Next in line, we have Bexley in fourth, 6 off the lead. Wildwood Inquirer comes first over on the outside, fifth. Don't Stand Too Close will move with live cover in sixth. 2.5 back to Accorday, who's about 10 off the lead in seventh. And then much farther back to the breakers, He's Nifty, and a Rose Run Annette is the trailer. Over to the half-mile pole, it's Wild Louie in command in 101 and 2. Off the turn and down the backstretch. Wild Louie on an uncontested lead on top a length and a quarter. From Dance Productions, the long shot is in the pocket second as Wildwood Inquirer continues to make steady progress on the outside, now up into second. Don't Stand Too Close is gaining ground but gap in cover. Along the inside, Spirited Sacra is locked in fifth. A length and a half further back to the pair of Accorday just outside of Bexley as they approach the 3/4. And Wildwood Inquirer brushes to the front, opening up a 2-length lead on Wild Louie in second. Dance Productions third. Don't Stand Too Close racing idle on the outside in fourth. And Dance Productions comes out in 1:31 and 1. Moving around to head stretch. Up top, it's Wildwood Inquirer, but Dance Productions is closing in. Wild Louie is going to try to re-rally, followed by Don't Stand Too Close, and Accorday has some late trot on the far outside. It's Dance Productions trying to wear down a game Wildwood Inquirer in the final yards. 3 farther back to Wild Louie. Wildwood Inquirer battles back, reclaims the lead, wins it by a half. Dance Productions to go second. Spirited Sacra up third in 2, 1, and 3. Inquirer, 1 for 2 on the season, 2, 1, and 3 the mile time. A 4-year-old son of Inquirer out of Wildwood, Florida by Krista's Crown. Owned by Richard Elwood, trained by Rick Hartman, and driven to victory by Brad Hanners. 9-1 exacta returns $183.20. The trifecta 918, $2,085.80. Here they are for the fifth race. One is the Jack Bull, owned by Arthur McRae. Jeff Nysonger in the bike. Two is Sandlink, owned by Bill Sanders with Brad Hanners up. Presidential Bull is the three, owned by Dupler and Metters. Jamie Dunlap. Four is Leonard Buckner's Stand For Me, Tom Brinkerhoff. Five is Elegant Dude K, owned by H.S. Hoffler and Sons Lumber, Jeff Fout. Six, Rare Art, owned by James Aricello with Jack Daly. Seven is J.D.'s Last Dancer, owned by Robert Dalrymple with Bob Harper. Eight is Go Scooter, owned by Elliot Roberts, Smith and Lunsford, Ralph Lunsford. And the nine is RX Sam, owned by Reed Racing with Dean Collins up. Post time in 6 minutes. And there they go. Freshman Pacers let go for a mile, and from between horses, Presidential Bull emerges with the early lead. Elegant Dude K is driving up from the center. Further out, JD's Last Dancer is prominent. Along the inside, the Jack Bull comes away in fourth. Stand For Me is just outside of that fifth. A gap of three farther back to Sandlink, well off the early pace in sixth position. Going off stride was Stand For Me. Racing in seventh as they move around the turn is Rare Art, then it's Go Scooter, and RX Sam is the trailer as they move to the top of the stretch, and JD's Last Dancer and Bob Harper make the top in 28 seconds flat. Pretty brisk first fraction for two-year-olds as they pass the grandstand, with JD's Last Dancer leading the way by a margin of 2, tracked by Elegant Dude K in the pocket. Sitting the three-hole is Presidential Bull. Next in line, we have the Jack Bull in fourth. Sandlink along the inside is fifth. Go Scooter gaining ground first over in sixth position. Then it's 2 lengths farther back to Rare Art at the rail in seventh. Next in line is RX Sam in the trailer after that break. Stand For Me. Over to halftime, it's JD's Last Dancer leading the way in 59-3. So he settled down in the front end and maintains an open lead. It's 2 lengths. The Jack Bull working his way first over now into second. Elegant Dude K still a ground-saving third. Presidential Bull is hemmed in at the rail in fourth. Go Scooter is 4 off the lead, stalled in fifth. 2 farther back to Sandlink, who's racing in sixth position. And then 3 more to the struggling trio made up of Rare Art, RX Sam, and trailing the field is Stand For Me. They're at the 3 quarters. JD's Last Dancer has the Jack Bull at his flank in 1:28-4. Moving around to the top of the stretch, JD's Last Dancer on top of half a length. The Jack Bull won't go away. Elegant Dude K will have to tip down to the passing lane. Fanning out 3 wide for the drive is Presidential Bull. They're in the stretch. It's JD's Last Dancer getting some urging. Here comes Presidential Bull on the outside. The Jack Bull nowhere to go. Late pace Elegant Dude K, but Presidential Bull sweeps to the lead in the final yards, beating out Elegant Dude K. JD's Last Dancer third in 1:58. Victorious in his first career start is a 2-year-old bay colt by Presidential Bull out of Tracy Sarnell by Sun Sam, owned by the partnership of Alan and Peggy Dupler and Mike Metters. Mike Metters is the winning trainer. Jamie Dunlap aboard, 1:58. Six race field number 1 is Chinny Chin Chin, owned by Minute and Clayball. Greg Rismore up. 2 is Crown Time Clipper, owned by Esther Crown over Jeff Fout. Further back is the 3 Cierno de Bergerac, owned by Linda Rankin with Dave Rankin up. 4 is Chips Fly, owned by Mullinax and DeTore, Mike Allen. 5 is Kohler Practice, owned by Thomas Stubbs with Ty Van Roden. 6 Experience, owned by Quinn and Drake, Bill Herman. 7 is American Dynamo, owned by Inman and Ehrenberg, Bob Harper. The 8 is Oak Clarence, owned by William Lane with Kyle Lader. 9 is Hudson Stock, Charles Ringer owns, Jeff Nysonger of, and You May Be. Scores from Post 10 for the Hatfield Stables and Jim Daly, the driver. Post time in 6 minutes. Six race trotters are lined up. All on gate. There they go. And off to an even beginning. Now going off stride, the 8 Oak Clarence. From the inside, Crown Time Clipper leaves. Hudson Stuck from the outside. Chinny Chin Chin comes away in third. Between horses, Experience racing in fourth. Cyrano de Bergerac is fifth. American Dynamo is looking to tuck in sixth. Next in line is You May Be, followed by Chips Fly. Then it's Kohler Practice, and gap 12 lengths from the field is Eau Clarence as they move to the top of the lane. And leading the way, it's Crown Time Clipper from Hudson Stuck on the outside in 28 and 2. Passing the stands, it's Crown Time Clipper by 2 lengths. Chinny Chin Chin is racing in second, and now Hudson Stuck goes on a break. 4 lengths behind Chinny Chin Chin, we have Cyrano de Bergerac, who comes in a third now. Another 3 more to Experience, who comes down to the inside fourth. A length and a half farther back to American Dynamo, who is 2 clear of You May Be. Then it's Chips Fly, just inside of Kohler Practice. Still off stride on the outside is Hudson Stuck, and still trailing is Eau Clarence. They pass the half-mile pole with Crown Time Clipper leading the way in 59 seconds flat. Off the turn and down the backside they go. It's Crown Time Clipper by a length and a quarter. Cyrano de Bergerac is in gear. First over up to challenge second. Chinny Chin Chin skims the pylons in the pocket third. Second over fourth is American Dynamo. Experience is locked in at the rail in fifth. Third over sixth is Kohler Practice. He's got 4 to make up. Next in line is You May Be racing fourth over in seventh. 2 back to Chips Fly, who's yet to fire, and about 15 lengths back to Eau Clarence and much farther back to Hudson Stuck. They're at the 3/4 in 1:29 and 2, and it's Cyrano de Bergerac wearing down Crown Time Clipper for the lead, and now clears off with less than 3/16 left to trot. Challenging second now on the outside is American Dynamo. 3 wide is Kohler Practice. Chinny Chin Chin got shuffled back and is trying to close in now as they come through the stretch. And it's Cyrano de Bergerac leading by 2. American Dynamo, Kohler Practice giving chase, but Cyrano de Bergerac scores his first victory of the season, winning by 2 lengths. It was tight for second between American Dynamo and Kohler Practice in 1:59 and 3. First victory on the season, 1:59 and 3. A 5-year-old bay gelded son of Scimitar out of Almond Glaze by Crowning Point, owned by Linda Rankin, trained and driven by Dave Rankin. Six races now official. $3.7 exact at $34 even. The try $3.75, $3.97.20. Seventh race, one is Montana's Stand, owned by Tom York Jr. with Brad Henners up. 2 is Cam's Log Splitter, owned by Kruger, Schultz, and Green, Bob Harper. 3 is Dandy Lookin', owned by Patricia Dingledine with Jim Daly. 4 is Game Cisco, by Martha Fisher, Jeff Nysonger up. 5 is Sacker, owned by Trish Soulsby with Rick Shout. The 6 is All Shook Down, owned by Veronice and Veronice, David Myers. 7 is Eric, owned by Richard Shively, Jack Daly. And for the outside post 8, it's Southern Fame, owned by Chester Alt with Jeff Fout. Post time at 5 minutes. Field moving in and approaching the start. And they're off. Game Cisco leaves in close company with Cam's Log Splitter. It's a gap of 2. Montana Stan comes away well in third. A length and a half back. Dandy Lookin' is fourth. Sacker is fifth. Southern Fame takes a seat in a big gap 6. 3 farther back to All Shook Down, and Eric is the trailer. Field is well strung out, about 20 lengths cover front to back as they move to the top of the lane. It's Game Cisco leading the way. Cam's Log Splitter is angled out of the pocket early in second, followed by Montana Stan in third, and angling back down into the pocket is Cam's Log Splitter, 29 seconds flat for the opening quarter. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Game Cisco on the lead. Long shot Game Cisco leads by a length and a half. Cam's Log Splitter tracks in from second, and Montana Stand is first over and rapidly gaining ground on the outside from third now into second. Dandy Lookin' looks to pick it up now. He angles off the cones from fourth. A length and a half back, Sacker is fifth, just inside of Southern Fame in sixth. Another 6-length separation to All Shook Down, and well gapped out trailing is Eric. He's about 30 lengths off the pace. 58 and 2 for a solid half. Off the turn and down the backstretch. And Game Cisco and Jeff Nysonger hanging up Montana Stan and Brad Hanners. Their noses apart for the lead. Cam's Log Splitter just in behind sits the pocket third. Dandy Looking a length and a half off the lead in fourth. 2 back to the pair of Southern Fame just outside of Sacker. 10 lengths back to All Shook Down, and 15 lengths in back of that one is Eric. They're at the 3/4. Very fast fractions here. 1:26 and 3, moving around to head stretch, and Montana Stan has taken over the lead from Game Cisco, who is dropping anchor. Dandy Looking rallies on the outside. Southern Fame is there, and Cam's Log Splitter got shuffled back with nowhere to go. There in the stretch. It's Montana Stan on top by 3. Dandy Looking is giving a chase in second. Southern Fame is racing third, late pace Sacker, but it's Montana Stan home on top, a 3-length winner in 1:55. Finishing second was Dandy Looking. Southern Fame held on to third. Back to the winner's circle, Montana Stan in his first victory of the season. An impressive effort, 1:55, is a 3-year-old son of Jenna's Beach Boy out of Tracy's Jackpot by Albatross, owned by Thomas York Jr. The winning trainer, Jim Arledge Jr. Brad Hanners is the winning driver, 1:55. 1-3 exact to 14:60. Try 138, 70-60. Race 1 is Dynaslick, owned by Leonard Cooper with Brad Hanners up. The 2 is Sox Hanover, owned by the T. Cody Trust. The driver is Jeff Fout. 3 is Desert Flower K, owned by Todd Herman. Billy Herman drives. 4 is Narrows Arrow, owned by Rockin' Horse Stable with Jamie Dunlap. 5, Fiddler's Elbow, owned by Iris and Harry Horowitz, Debbie Rucker. The 6 horse is Dr. K.C. Curry, owned by Bill Farris with Trent Tharps. 7 is Route 309, owned by Harold Breidenbach with Jim Daly. 8, Gregorian Chant is owned by Gregory and Gregory, Jeff Nysonger. 9 is Arnell's Pride, owned by Douglas Parker and Harry Berger with Dean Collins, the driver. 6 minutes. There they go. And they're off. Dr. K.C. Curry, Sox Hanover, from between horses Fiddler's Elbow. 3 wide, Route 309, gap of 2. Dynaslick comes away in 5th position. Desert Flower K backs off in 6th. The length and a half further back to Narrows Arrow, Gregorian Chant, and Arnell's Pride is last. And going off stride in the turn, Dr. K.C. Curry. And now going off stride in the lead, Sox Hanover. And that leaves it up to Route 309, who looks to brush clear as they pass the opening quarter in 29 and 1. Coming past the grandstand for the first time, and Route 309 benefits here and opens up a 4-length lead on Dynaslick in second. Fiddler's Elbow settled away in third, gap of 3.5. Desert Flower K is racing in fourth. 2 in front of Narrows Arrow fifth. 3 back to Gregorian Chant in sixth. Sox Hanover is back trotting on the outside seventh. Arnell's Pride is eighth. And Dr. K.C. Curry is ninth and last as they round the clubhouse turn. Up top, it's Route 309, leading the way by a length and a half. Dynaslick quickly closed up the gap in second, and the half goes in 59 seconds flat. A 4-length separation from Dynaslick to Fiddler's Elbow in third. Desert Flower K begins a tough grind. First over on the outside, fourth, and 7 off the lead. 2.5 lengths further back to Narrows Arrow, looks to gain ground on the outside fifth. Gregorian Chant shoots the gap in sixth position, followed next by Sox Hanover. Gregorian Chant is now off stride, and then it's Arnell's Pride and Dr. K.C. Curry. They're at the 3/4, being led now by Route 309, who takes off on Dynaslick in 1:28 and 2. Moving around to head stretch, Route 309 on top, 3.5 lengths. Dynaslick could not go with him in second. Desert Flower K continues to rally on the outside third, but she's still got a lot of work to do if she wants to catch Route 309, who turns for home with a 4-length lead. Desert Flower K coming into second. Dynaslick is trotting in third. Narrows Arrow is fourth. Inside the final 16th, it's Route 309 and Daly. They're going to go on to score 2.5 lengths. Desert Flower K in a good effort second. Dynaslick third in 1:58 and 2. Second victory on the season. This is a lifetime best 1:58 and 2 for the 4-year-old Valley Valiant Stallion out of Crown Rachel by Krista's Crown, and by Harold Breidenbach, trained by Tom Baker, and the winning driver Jim Daly. 7-3 exacta returns $36.40. Try 731, 159.20. Truly Cam Star, owned by Gail Potter with Jeff Smith. 2 is Grandson Sam, owned by Palpak Stables with Brad Henners up. 3 is Moving and Groovin', owned by Select Equine with Jeff Fout. The 4 is out. 5 is Mystical Spur, owned by Gregory Ayers with Jim Daly. 6, iCarl's Pirate, owned by iCarl Stables, David Myers. 7 is Dirty Trick, owned by John LaGrosse with Jim Lewis. The 8 is Chicago Trick, owned by Don Ray with Jack Daly. 9 is Salty Socks, owned by Francis Schloss with Jamie Dunlap. And the 10 horse is Sand Power, owned by Bill Sanders with Jeff Nysonger. Post time at 7 minutes. There they go. And they're off. Movin' and Groovin' gets the first call in close company with iCarl's Pirate. Truly Cam Star nearest the rail. Dirty Trick in early contention. 4 lengths farther back, and we come to Salty Socks, who comes away in 5th position. Next in line, Grandson Sam is racing in 6th. Then 3 lengths farther back to Mystical Spur, followed by Sand Power and Chicago Trick as they move to head stretch for the first time. And it's Dirty Trick and Jim Lewis intent on gaining the lead from iCarl's Pirate, passing the quarter in 28 and 1. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Dirty Trick up top by 2 lengths from iCarl's Pirate, who was contemplating the retake. He's committed now, and he's going to take back the lead from Dirty Trick under the wire with 5/8 to go. 2.5 back to Movin' and Groovin' in 3rd. Truly Cam Star racing in 4th. Salty Socks is brought to the outside, uncovered 5th. 2 lengths farther back, and we come down to the rail, and Grandson Sam in 6th position. Following cover 7th is Mystical Spur. He's got 2 on Sand Power, and gapped out trailing is Chicago Trick in 57 and 4. Off the turn and down the backstretch, it's the Meadows Invader, iCarl's Pirate, in command here by 2. Salty Socks on the outside of Dirty Trick, racing 2nd and 3rd. Second over in 4th position, Mystical Spur is only 2.5 off the lead now. Movin' and Groovin' is up close, but boxed in at the rail in 5th position. 3rd over, rolling up in 6th, is Sand Power, followed by Truly Cam Star. And then we come to the outside, and Grandson Sam, trailer Chicago Trick, 127 and 3. Moving around to head stretch, iCarl's Pirate comes under a drive. Here's Mystical Spur circling off cover into 2nd. 3 wide closing in is Sand Power, followed by Dirty Trick nearest the rail. They're in the stretch. And iCarl's Pirate gives up the lead to Mystical Spur, who's drawing clear. Late pace on the outside from Sand Power between horses Salty Socks, but it's Mystical Spur home on top by 2. Finishing 2nd was Sand Power. 3rd money goes to Salty Socks in 157 and 1. Mystical Spur is back to the winner's circle. 2nd win this season. A lifetime best, 157 and 1. 3-year-old brown colt by Roadrunner Spur. Out of Ms. Do It For Us by Praise Dignity. Owned by Gregory Ayers of Middletown. The winning trainer is Joe Essig. The winning driver, Jim Daly. Future, owned by Van Shake and Van Shake, Jack Daly. The 2 is Blue Lick Road, owned by Larry Richardson with Tom Tharps. 3 is Our Little Loglow, owned by Smackdown Stable with Jamie Dunlap. 4 is Clearwater Chip, Gus Hall owns, Bob Harper drives. 5 is KB's Bird, owned by Jeff Brewer with Jeff Nysonger. 6 is Big OJ, owned by Paul Simpson with Jim Daly. 7 is Nukes Express, owned by Dreamer Morgan with Elliot Deaton up. The 8 is Trilla Thrilla, owned by Gene Roberts with Jeff Fout. 9, Cemetery Ridge, owned by Glenn Preston Addy with Kyle Later. And the 10 is Yankee Dragon, owned by Philip New with Greg Grismore. Post time in 7 minutes. There they go. And they're off. Clearwater Chip fires out to take command, opening up 2 lengths on Trilla Thrilla in 2nd. Along the pylons, Our Little Loglow comes away in 3rd. Just outside of him, Cemetery Ridge is 4th by 3. Blue Lick Road, 6 off the early pace, racing in 5th. Another 2 more to Ryan's Future, followed next by Yankee Dragon. Then it's a 2-length separation to KB's Bird, followed by Nukes Express, and gap 3 lengths in the field is Big OJ. As they pass the opening quarter, they reach that station in 28 and 2. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Clearwater Chip leading the way. Our Little Oglo is urged along first over in second, yet to get up to the leader's flank, though. Along the inside, Trilla Thrilla is racing in third. Blue Lick Road follows cover outside fourth. Cemetery Ridge along the pylons is fifth. Ryan's Future moving up on the outside in sixth position. As they round the turn, Yankee Dragon is racing in seventh. A length and a half farther back to KB's Bird in eighth. Big OJ will look to skim the cones in ninth, and trailing the field is Nukes Express. They reach the half in 58 and 2. Off the turn and down the backstretch, Clearwater Chip leads the way. Our Little Oglo yet to put in a serious challenge, and that one has forced Blue Lick Road to circle 3 wide off cover, but he's going to have to pick it up. Trilla Thrilla continues to save ground at the rail. Next in line we have Ryan's Future, tries to move up from 3 wide mid-pack. Along the inside, making headway is Cemetery Ridge. Extreme outside closing in. There goes Yankee Dragon. KB's Burt, followed outside by Nukes Express, and then we come down to Big OJ at the 3/4 in 1:27 and 4. Moving around to the head of the stretch, Clearwater Chip trying to make every pole a winning one. Trilla Thrilla is right there in the pocket, racing in second. Cemetery Ridge looking for a way out, and he gets it in third. There in the stretch, it's Clearwater Chip, under urging, leads by 2 lengths. Trilla Thrilla being shaken up in second, but Clearwater Chip has got a 2-length advantage as they come to the line. Trilla Thrilla holds second, Cemetery Ridge up third in 1:58 and 1. Clearwater Chip is back to the winner's circle for the third time this season, 1:58 and 1. A 7-year-old brown gelding by Raven Hanover. Out of J.J. Misty by Springs Pride, and by Gus Hall, trained by Tim Newton, and driven to victory by Bob Harper. 4-8 exact is $630.60. The try, a $1 ticket, 489 will get you $6,691.60. On the track for the 11th race, 1 is L.R. Cole by Gus Hall with Jeff Nysauger. 2 is Scooter Blue Boy, owned by Paul Simpson. The driver is Jeff Fout. 3 is Rock's Big Boy, owned by Michelle Omer with Bob Harper. Simcoe Lane is the 4. He's owned by Bobby Arnett. Bob Arnett's the driver. 5 is Tamba La Bamba, owned by Tammy Ackley with Dean Gillespie. 6 is John Perrin's Trapezoid and Jamie Dunlap. 7 is Holding It Together, owned by Richard Bunting with Greg Grismore. 8 is Yonder, owned by Stephen DeLong with Elliot Deaton. 9 is Supermercado, owned by Kaufman and Pollock, Kane Kaufman. 10 is Nitro Listen, owned by Brett Kaplinger with Kyle Later. 6 minutes. The race field behind the gate, moving up. There they go. And they're off and pacing in the nightcap. A trio of levers. Rock's Big Boy from between horses, just to his inside, Scooter Blue Boy, and Trapezoid looks to back off into a whole third. A length and a half farther back, and Supermercado comes away well from the outside. He'll drop in fourth. Tombalabamba is off stride. Just outside of him is Holding It Together. Then we have L.R. Cole, followed by Simcoe Lane. A 2-length gap back to Nitro Listen, and then it's Yonder as they move to the top of the stretch for the first time. And Jeff Out and Scooter Blue Boy take over command in 28 and 1 as they come past the grandstand for the first time. It's Scooter Blue Boy, your race leader by 2. Rock's Big Boy sitting the 2-hole trip. A length and a half farther back to Trapezoid in third. Gap out 3 more to Supermercado fourth. 2 in back of that one is Holding It Together fifth by 2. Then it's L.R. Cole, followed by Simcoe Lane, who's being called on for more. A length and a half to Nitro Listen. Then it's Yonder, and about 15 lengths back to Tombalabamba, who is now pacing. Over to the half-mile pole, it's Scooter Blue Boy up top in 58 and 4. Off the turn and down the backstretch, Scooter Blue Boy leads Rock's Big Boy by a margin of a length and a quarter. Supermercado is gaining ground first over on the outside third, and Holding It Together gets the cover trip in fourth. Trapezoid hemmed and shuffled fifth. Third over L.R. Cole is sixth, and he's soon to be caught between horses as Simcoe Lane goes up 3 wide. Along the inside is Yonder, then it's Nitro Listen, and much farther back to Tombalabamba. They're at the 3/4. No challengers yet for Scooter Blue Boy in 1:28 and 3. Moving around to the head of the stretch, it's Scooter Blue Boy with the lead of a length. Supermercado is a threat between horses. 3 wide under urging is holding it together, and in the pocket is Rock's Big Boy, Simcoe Lane Extreme outside, and they're all chasing Scooter Blue Boy down the stretch. Scooter Blue Boy a neck in front, Supermercado on the outside, late pace, Rock's Big Boy, Trapezoid the inside, Rock's Big Boy, Supermercado pulls off the upset. Finishing second was Rock's Big Boy with L.R. Cole and Trapezoid in 1:59.2. Hanover out of Treva, Hanover by Albatross by Kane Kaufman and Jim Pollock Jr. and the K-Man, Kane Kaufman, the winning trainer driver, 1:59.2. First victory in the season for Supermercado. 9-3 exacted, 3:58.80. The Super, a $1.931 all, 5,463.20, and 2 of 3 in the pick 3, just 2 of 3 correct, and you get back 113.20.